Hey folks, what's up? My name is Sir Medieval and welcome back to yet another guide series video for Ascent Infinite Realm. For the fourth episode, we'll be talking about 3 different topics including the rune system of air, alongside the flying bosses in the sky and trade quests that can be very useful for making money every day. Let's jump right into it. Starting it off with the rune system, this is something that becomes a crucial part of the game, especially around endgame. For starters, you're able to visit certain NPCs called runestone masters that allow you to identify rune slots in your gear. After level 40, you'll start noticing potential slots for your equipment, and with the NPC you can find out which ones you'll be able to put into them. You'll then be able to slot the runes and also combine them to have an even stronger effect. If you have 3 level 1 runes for instance, you can fuse them together to make a level 2. This is also done using the floating stones, which we'll get into a minute on the best way to farm them. Here's the rune types that we'll have access to. Red runes for attack power, blue for defense, yellow for crit, orange for constitution, green for haste, and gray for versatility. Be sure to use these to your advantage to min-max your fighting ability. Sometimes we'll even have a daily quest that requires us to interact with the runestones or the runestone master, and to obtain these runes is quite easy. You'll get them in different ways such as dungeon chests and mob drops and things like that as well. For the next topic, we'll be discussing the flying bosses. These were also recently nerfed, so now's a good time as any to talk about them. As you may have seen or even experienced, if you fly high in the sky with an airship, higher than any flying monsters can go, you may discover certain gigantic beings there. Giant bats, dragons, gargoyles, eye monsters, the venom fish, and even a star invasion base. The appearances of these creatures vary depending on what part of the world of Ascent you're in. If you visit the higher level zones, you'll find different looking ones, especially the star invasions. For those, you might even come across the destroyer star invasion with 32 million health under its belt, and the white nova ones too. Because of the nerf, you're only able to hunt 3 of each type of monster per day before the reward diminishes. For instance, you can only hunt 3 bats, 3 dragons, and 3 star invasions for the day, etc. These are also an amazing source of floating stones, which is useful for many things including upgrading runes like mentioned before. Highly recommend getting to tier 2 or 3 ship as soon as possible and heading out to hunt these. They can also provide other rewards plus decent experience. For one around your level, you might get anywhere from about 50 to 100,000 experience per kill. Don't neglect these. The easiest way to fight these is to everyday buy as many airship missile ammunition packs as possible and or craft them. These are some of the easiest to use against them and very powerful. There are other ammo types you can use against them too, but I find these to be some of the most effective. You also need these cannons on your side guns because when you fight these flying bosses, since you can't tank them head on, you'll have to fly around them in a circle. Trying to take that damage will probably just blow up your airship quickly. Be sure to also take note of their patterns because that will help very much in defeating them too. But you should have that down after a few tries. In some cases, you'll also encounter world boss star invasions as well as Black Herald invasions, which classify as open world raids almost. The pirate ships that swarm onto airship docking stations that have pirate bosses, cannons, and shields, etc. Best handled in a big group. Watch out for these. And for our final topic, we'll be going into the trade system. This is a system that's similar to other games with it. Buy trade goods to send off to another location in the hopes of gaining a profit. However, in this scenario, it works a little bit differently. For starters, you can only send goods to a location you've unlocked. You'll do this over time just by contributing to the area, and when you do have goods to send out, you can purchase different airships to do it. Some do also cost more to use in exchange for benefits that can be seen in the menu. You don't have to physically go to the area, but instead can send it in transit and wait for your money to arrive back to you. This is a great way to earn passive income every day, because you're only able to buy a certain amount of trading goods per day, but if you choose the right location, you can get a lot of money from this. Over time, as you do more and more trades, you also unlock new titles and are allowed to have more trades going on at once. Different regions can also have different trading goods, and you can buy multiples per day to send out for making money. These goods can also be crafted or obtained in other ways, like from token vendors for instance. Be sure to use this method along with the new open auction house to your advantage. And yep, it's actually working now too. And with that, that is all the topics we'll have to talk about today. But thank you guys so much for joining for another one, and I hope you have a good night or day. Good luck in there, and farewell.